Faut que je mette le timer.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome
Hi.
to Hi, guys. Hi,
Hi.
also hi, mom.
Hi,
Welcome
Na.
back to another week of Coffee Break with Mom and Cat. This week we're week three. Um, and honestly, I don't know if you guys remember last week that I gave my mom shit for being late. It
Mm.
was actually
What
my
happened this
fault.
morning? What happened to you this morning?
It was actually my fault. Being late
Not
this
last week,
week.
this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, this
Yeah,
week. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
my fault being late this week. Because there was some personal beef and my group chat was blowing up. So I had to tend to
One
that.
of your group chats,
Yeah, one
and
of
there's always beef with girls. I don't know what the hell
it's
is it is
so
with you
annoying.
guys.
But
It's really annoying,
it's
you
always
know?
great though to have another thing, living thing that you can rely on to rant and they won't judge you. And that's what
Yeah,
we're going to be talking today
exactly.
because we're going to be talking about zoo.
But before we start, what are you drinking?
Okay, because it is currently 7:37
PM.
p.m. I
You can't
obviously
have
cannot
coffee.
drink coffee.
Yeah.
And so
Today
I
was an
am,
exception that we're taping later.
yes, it is a very intense thing because obviously, I
Whose
mean,
fault is that?
that is your fault.
Yeah, I know. That's
That is actually your
okay.
fault.
I'm
But
drinking hot water with lemon. Today is the Super Bowl,
today is the
so
Super Bowl.
yeah, I'm gonna keep the beer for later.
Oh,
Oh,
beer.
what are you drinking?
It's burning hot right now, which is
Well,
why I'm
why are you?
standing
Oh, okay.
because it's
You're
burning
like
hot right
this.
now because I have a napkin over it because I don't
Oh,
have a bouilloire
you couldn't. Yeah.
kettle.
Hot water, a
I don't
kettle,
have a
Yeah.
kettle, so I have to put my mug in the microwave. I know it's a crime. I don't want to talk about it. It's traumatic for
No,
me.
let's not talk about that.
But I'm drinking the same thing as last week, peppermint tea
You know,
in the pouring.
speaking of trauma, you know, a way to solve your trauma is with zoo therapy, which happens to
Absolutely.
be the subject of the week. So,
Exactly.
yay,
Okay.
how about that? Look who's behind me, first of all. I don't
Oh
think I
my
can
God, is
actually
Frieder
move
here?
I can't move my screen, but hang on.
Because you can. Oh my
Oh, there
God,
he
Fifi.
is.
Okay, to anybody
Okay.
watching, this is our old English sheepdog, 5 years old. His name is Frieder, which means
Oh,
shivers in English. He's the
yeah.
love of our life. And the
The love
reason
of
why,
mine, anyway.
well, yes, but he's the reason why we're doing this podcast mostly today.
Is it?
Um, well, I think
Oh,
so.
yeah, for the subject, you mean?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
reason.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the reason why we chose to do this. And so I guess we can just, dip our toes in the water and get right into
Down
it.
to it. Yeah.
Um,
I
well,
just want to say, first of all, for all the skeptics out there who say, okay, this is about zoo therapy, I don't want to hear it, I don't like animals. I was the number one skeptical person, the most skeptical person in the world, and I hated dogs up to 5 years ago. And I swore on anybody's head that I would never have a dog, that they suck, that it's a bunch of trouble more than kids because you're stuck with them for life. Like you're stuck with kids, but they eventually take care of themselves, minus a few exceptions that we're not going
yeah,
to talk about today. But anyway, but anyway, all of this to say that dogs are awesome. And
absolutely.
the only way to realize it is to have one, actually.
Absolutely.
So, because I'm a great mom and I always promise my kid, I always keep my promises. One day I promised my kids we would have a dog if we made a TV series based on my books that have the dog, the old English sheepdog. And because I promised the kids I would buy a dog or get a dog, then we got the dog. And I remember when I was driving back with the dog in actually, I had called the breeder before to say, listen, I'm going to your place to get the dog. I have no idea. What should I buy? Like, and she goes, well, you need a leash. It was all those things that I didn't even know
Yeah.
what to buy. It's like that's how clueless I was. Anyway, to go back to the subject of the week, it really heals in a
Oh yeah.
way. Like you can talk to your partner about stuff and they will have an opinion. And I'm sure they have really great, sometimes advice for you and everything. But the dogs or any kind of animals, actually, zoo therapy is not just with
Yeah.
dogs. It can be cats, it can be birds, it can be whatever. And zoo therapy is there's really something about. talking or expressing yourself to an animal, and although they can't answer like in words, you feel like they're sponges. Well, dogs, I can relate to dogs now, but they're like sponges of your emotions.
Yeah.
And the animal will be there for you no matter what. If you're happy, if you're sad, if you're angry, if you're whatever, they will never ask questions. They're always there for you. At least dogs are.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, yeah, exactly. The animal's there whether you're happy, you're angry, or sad. It literally has nowhere else to go because it's yours. That's where it lives, It can't leave. And
And also for a man's best friends, the dogs, it's so true.
a person's best friend, not just men, because here we're inclusive. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Um, but yes, I mean, I like when you said that, your partner can give you advice or whatever, and when people scream at you, like a dog isn't malicious ever because it can't
No.
scream at you, it can't, you know, talk back to you, it just listens to you,
Yeah.
and you don't feel judged. I mean, Frieder is very judgy, don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
but
yes.
like at the same time, like they
Like
don't
sometimes
judge
you will
you.
look at me and go,
Y-
what are you
Yeah,
talking
but
about?
at
What
the
are
end
you
of the
doing?
day, like, they can't judge you back, and
No, but you
it's like a
actually
built-in
develop,
best friend.
yeah, but you develop a relation with your
Oh,
animal.
yes, absolutely.
And that's, I always make a joke about the fact that he talks back to me. Well, he does with his eyes,
Oh, yes.
And when I'm sad, let's say, I just hug him and he's so fluffy. And like our dog is especially great for
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
He's big, he's 100 pounds, he's like a ball of fur, it's just amazing. And I don't know, it's really something. And when dad had his cancer 5 years ago, we had just gotten the dog, and he helped him through chemotherapy. And even with me, when I was down a little bit, taking care of dad, it was just, he was there for me. I don't know, there was something very soothing and very calming about when Friedel was entering a room, and
Yeah,
it's still that way, but I guess you feel it more when you're in a situation, like a critical situation, if I may, or it can be for like dad's operation, or even if you lost something or you're sad about a situation, they will, I don't know, they have this capacity of adapting to your
exactly.
feelings, which is a feeling of comfort, like they're comforting.
Exactly. And like kind of with the comfort thing, like it's very difficult for some people to open up to other people as a fear of being
Hmm.
judged. And I
Yeah.
am definitely one of those people. I never say anything to anybody because I just, no, like personal stuff.
Yeah.
No, like personal
Oh,
stuff.
you mean telling, yes, okay.
Nobody
Yeah.
knows anything about what's really personal to me. No
Okay.
one knows. I
Okay.
think there's only two people on this planet Earth who know,
Okay.
my two best friends, because I've known them for
Okay.
one of them
I
my
I
entire
get.
life, and whatever, like no one really knows about my life personally, like my feelings, depression, anxiety, like no one knows. And because it's scary to feel judged, and Frieder knows because I tell Frieder, I
Yeah,
talk to
it's a good.
Frieder,
Yeah, it's a
and
good.
he
It's like
just,
talking to a psychologist.
because you can get things off your chest without other people hearing it, and
Yeah.
he's never going to repeat it to anybody else, obviously, because he's a dog and can't communicate with humans. So
Hmm.
nobody's going to know anything because you're just telling them something.
You
And
tell them something and then it makes you feel good. So it relieves the
it
stress.
exactly, it relieves the stress. And
Yeah.
speaking of stress and whatever, like I have PTSD because of something that happened in my life. And there was one night I was taking care of Healer and I had like a scream nightmare and I was like screaming and I woke up in my bed, whatever. And Frieder automatically jumped and put
Yeah.
his head on my leg to calm
Yeah,
me
they
down.
feel it. Yeah.
And I was crying and I was stressing out and he
Yeah.
just put his head on my leg and then just looked at me with his eyes and
Mm.
was just like basically telling me that he was there for me.
Yeah,
And for
exactly.
me, that's when I really realized that I want a dog in the future because I don't know, I felt so comforted and so loved in that moment and I
Mm.
wasn't alone,
And
obviously.
understood
And
too.
understood exactly because
Yeah.
he was just there, chill, like
They
and
use
didn't leave me.
They use zootherapy in with seniors in senior homes. They
Yes.
use it at hospitals. They
Oh,
use it
yes.
with kids. They use it with veterans, actually, speaking of
Yes.
PTSD. It's very like it's not even cliche when you
No.
see in
No, no, no.
movies, with the veterans, with the dogs. It's really true. It does make a lot of difference. And if I can't speak for dad, but when he was going through chemotherapy, it helped him. Like he was petting Frileux, and he felt like very calm about this whole thing because even when you're upset, not necessarily about the chemo or about anything else, they just walk into the room and they look at you and they go like, what's the deal now?
Yeah.
You
And
know?
it's
So they
also,
help you cope
no, exactly.
to
And,
recover some
uh,
some from physical and mental,
oh,
whatever
yeah. I mean,
situation or
another,
conditions.
sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
thought you were done. I'm sorry.
No, 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 sorry.
But another example that, with helping, because you were saying how dogs and animals, they go into hospitals and stuff. They actually
Yeah.
bring them also on universities. I know Seton Hall used to
Mhm.
have dogs in the library and sometimes like ponies on campus during
Oh,
exam season. Why? Because having
it calms
animals, it
it
calms
calms
them
people
down.
down.
It's a
Yeah.
break from, studying whatever. And for people who have pets at home and who can't be around their pet, it feels like comforting because you're like, oh, I might not be able to be with my own dog right now, but there's another one that I can pet. And so I know a lot of universities, especially around the US, they have dogs that they bring on campus and stuff to specifically de-stress students, especially during exam season, which I think is peak stress for university students. And
Mhm.
so it's perfect.
Do you
Um,
think that some people abuse of this whole animal accompanying, like,
yes, but we're not going to talk about that today because
okay,
I think that's not really the point of today because that
okay.
people who do that, first of all,
It's
are
part of
really
zoo.
messed up
That's a
in the
zoo
head.
therapy. That's zoo therapy, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
it is.
if you lie to just have a dog around, I
Yeah.
think that's messed up in my
Yeah.
opinion.
You've met someone like that
I
before, I
have met
think.
someone like that
Yeah, I
before, and
know.
I think that's really low.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I think we could talk about certain health, like
Like,
benefits in general,
yeah, I was
because
gonna say
yeah,
medically
medically. So
speaking.
there are some health benefits associated with it. For example, like it does boost your cardiovascular health. So
Yeah.
I actually did a lot of research on this because I really wanted to be prepared for today. But so there are some studies that show that like pet ownership, mostly dog ownership, it is linked to lower blood pressure,
Blood
cholesterol
pressure.
levels, and a reduced risk of heart disease, which is
But
incredible.
but
And
that one of the reasons, hang on, for that is also because a dog will force you to go outside and walk
yes,
them.
that was
So
also what I was gonna say. Yeah.
physically speaking, they're, like I started losing all my weight when we got the dog because I had to go out. And
Oh yeah.
for a big dog like Frileux, which is like we said, 100 feet, 100 pounds, you need to walk him more than 15 minutes a day.
Yes.
So, you know, go
I'm
ahead.
No, no, no. I was just
And
about I was
interacting with
literally about to say
animals
that. Yeah, I mean,
lowers blood pressure.
any type of dog needs walk. They have to poop and pee at least 2 to 3 times a day minimum.
Hmm.
So that
Hmm.
forces you to do that. And I think it also another health benefit is that it does improve your mental health because I mean, like we said before, it pets they offer unconditional love, which is a
Hmm.
great comfort. But I mean, with an improved mental health and having that routine of going outside, it can also lower your stress levels because the simple
Yeah,
act
but
of, for example, petting an animal, like I said before with the dogs on campus, it decreases your stress hormones and it also increases the release of serotonin and dopamine.
yeah.
And like, you know,
But
with the,
so when you say in situations, but sometimes even if I read an email and Friller is always next to me, and I will turn to him and say, "Can you fucking believe what just happened?" And I take the steam off,
oh yeah.
like as the day goes sometimes, and there's no accumulation. I don't know. I'm more zen with him around for some
Well,
reason.
exactly because you're getting things off of your
Some
chest. You're
people
not
would
letting them
would
building
say
up. You know what I mean?
otherwise, but I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, no, but I mean, like, when you talk to them regularly, to de-stress, it also, I mean, you're not bottling everything up in your body. You're getting rid
Yeah,
of your
that's it.
emotions
Yeah.
as time goes by
Yeah,
instead of
yeah,
just
yeah.
having everything build up to the point where you explode, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, And I mean
And it's
also,
good for social. I
no,
mean, I've
I mean
met
I was gonna
super incredible
I
people
think we
at the.
can talk that later because I think right now we're more focused on like health benefits, like
Oh,
specific
okay.
health
Yeah.
benefits.
Okay.
But that was
But
something
I mean,
I was
socially
gonna talk about.
speaking,
No,
it's
no,
a
I know.
health benefit
No,
also.
I know, but I have that for later because I don't
Okay,
want to jump.
sorry.
I don't want to jump from A to
Yeah,
Z.
yeah,
I
you're
think we
right. That's
should
my
talk about.
ADD, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, babe. But I think we should just talk about health
Health
benefits first, and
benefits.
then okay.
Yeah.
But no. So that being said, like it also actually I thought that this one was really interesting. Pain management. So animal assisted therapy can actually significantly reduce pain levels because studies have reported that patients do experience pain relief after participating in therapy sessions with animals. It's like a
Really?
thing, it's like you associate pets being comforting and you kind of forget your pain with
Oh,
them
yeah, that
around,
makes sense. Yeah.
which is I thought that, that was pretty cool. And
Yeah,
they can
it
also
actually is.
um, I mean, what we said with the cancer, that's one thing, but it also apparently it improves your immune system because I mean they spend so much time outside and they bring any types of dirts and germs inside your home. And so
Yeah,
this can
which we try
also,
to not have anymore, but
yes,
that's
but
good to have them. That's why there's
it
so
is
many
good though.
allergies. Yeah.
But actually with allergies, apparently if you have a dog with young kids, it can actually decrease like it can lower the rate of allergies and asthma in children. And
I
then when they
actually
grow up,
believe that. I
yeah, no,
believe
no,
that.
me too. How like it's not 100% like they're still doing studies on it, but apparently it shows that the fur will decrease, like will help, make the immune system for the child better so that they can have less likely for asthma and all of that. But I mean, like if you're allergic to dogs,
Totally get
obviously do
that.
not adopt one because that won't help. That's going to make it worse, especially if
Hmm.
you're an adult. But if you're allergic to food for like peanuts, for example, when you're a kid, apparently it does help, which is insane.
I'm
Like,
not surprised because the reason why allergies are so common in especially North America is because everything is so asepticized. Like we wash everything 100 times.
oh yeah.
When we were younger, we used to like eat bugs out of the grass and stuff. Like no, but we were always dirty.
Yeah.
Now it's like kids, they can't get dirty. They can't
No.
have fun in the mud, and that's part of the germs and stuff. But anyway, that being said, like you said, the zoo therapy with the dogs, it's everything. It's only good, and really, I didn't realize that before getting a dog. It's crazy how my mentality changed, like 100 degrees, like 180 degrees, because when we got the dog, things were so different in the house.
Yeah. Oh yes, 100%.
Totally, totally.
Um, okay. I think that was all the health benefits that I had found. Mom, do you have any more? Because then
Well,
I have the psychological benefits next, which is, the thing that you were saying that it makes you
yeah,
make
we're going
friends
to
and
talk
like
about that more. I don't
combat
think that
loneliness.
medically
Like
speaking, I think you covered pretty much everything.
I think so too.
Um, yeah, yeah. And
But
again, we're talking about dogs, but I mean, it's
it's
just
any
that
type of pet.
cats are different because you don't walk
No,
outside with cats,
exactly.
so
No, 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 exactly.
like we talk more about the dog effects
Oh
or
yeah,
the.
I mean, like psychologically, obviously, it can combat loneliness because, and this is mostly for dogs because you go outside and have like go to the dog park and stuff so you can talk to other people. But I
Yeah,
mean, if you live alone or if your partner has like a different work schedule than you, when you have a dog, you're technically not by yourself because, like we said, we can still talk to them. You can still have a conversation with them. Like I am guilty. I talk to Frieder all the damn time.
no, but also
And
nah,
but
my office now is at home. I've been working out of home for 5 years now, and like I would be really lonely. Like I'm a social person.
yeah,
So it's good to even have company within the home. It's not just about the park, the dog run. I mean, that's why in senior homes they have visits with dogs to make, people feel calmer and just reduce anxiety
well, yeah, no, exactly. I mean, the
because
whole
they
point.
reduce cortisol levels.
Yes, no, but I mean, they're a living thing. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yes.
alive. They move. So and they require a lot of attention too. So you're not alone. You're always stimulated with them. which is
And
something that
when
I
you're
like.
giving
And
the attention to them, then you don't focus sometimes on the negative things that are going on in your life. So
exactly. And
that's,
I mean, like with the dog part, like it creates you a community. You know, you're
yeah, I
fostering
met one
social
of my good
interactions.
friends now through the dog run.
Exactly. And
Samantha. Hi, Sam.
but also like the thing is with the dog part too, like you have already something in common because you can talk about your dogs
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
It's
Well, that's normally how it starts,
exactly
conversations.
because
Yeah.
the dogs are being close, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
What's his
hi.
name?
Yeah,
How old? And,
and
what
then
kind?
exactly. And then after that, you start talking to them because usually people go to the dog park at around the same time, usually.
Yes. No, it's
And
always the same people.
yeah,
Same time. Like if I go at 7 o'clock or 6:30 in the morning, I will normally see the same people. And if I go at 1 o'clock, I will see another crowd of people, which is they're always the same. So
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
that's how
I
you
think it's a
build a
great way to make,
community.
but yeah, I think it's a great way to make friends. You know, if you
Yeah,
move to a different
absolutely.
city, think you should get a dog because, and force yourself to go to the dog park because you'll be able to meet so many interesting people because they're usually, technically, it's good people that adopt dogs. And so, but not always. And people who go to the dog park, I think, are usually pretty
Yeah.
interesting, amazing people. So,
Well,
first
they
of all,
have the same, they like the same things as you normally.
exactly.
You
And it's
start with the
super,
dogs and
I mean, like, if you moved across countries, if you moved across the world, I think it's an amazing way
it's a
to,
great way to
yeah,
meet
it's a great
people. It
way to
is.
meet people because
Yeah.
it's free. You
Yeah,
show up with your
absolutely.
dog and then you just talk to people. I think that's
Yeah.
incredible. Especially
Yeah.
if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling stressed, like those people can also help you out.
And
Like
yeah, absolutely. But the dog will also put you in a good mood if you're in a bad mood.
exactly.
Like it's just how,
And
uh,
I think changing gears a little bit, like I do think that dogs or I mean, I feel like we're mostly talking about dogs, but just animals in general, they teach you responsibility because pets, they require care, love, and attention
they
because
require a routine,
they require routine
like
and
kids.
exactly. And a
Yeah.
pet is like a kid, and they obviously cannot fend for themselves. They can't, make themselves eat. Like a dog can't open the bag of food and pour
No,
themselves food in the bowl.
no.
You have to
But
do
they
that
can
for
bug you
them.
until you do,
No,
though.
oh
He
yeah,
will
of
poke me
course.
in the
Frieder
in the
will,
thigh.
yeah,
Schiller
and
will
be
poke
like,
me like he knows. It's like there's a clock inside of him. Like 5:25. He knows he's supposed to eat at 5:30
yeah.
normally, and then he starts bugging me at 5:25. It's like, "Mom,
Hmm.
it's time to eat. It's time to eat." And so you develop these things with your dogs, like they become friends. They
Oh
they
yeah.
really do.
But I mean, it
So,
also, I think for kids, it teaches you that how to take care of others, and
yes.
it teaches them that, okay, even if you don't feel like it, you're still gonna have to go walk that dog
Yeah.
because the dog needs to pee. And
Yeah.
it teaches them accountability.
Yeah.
And
Oh
I
yeah,
also think it
totally.
can also improve, speaking of children, I think it can also improve social skills in children. And apparently, an animal assisted therapy has been shown to help children better develop social and behavioral skills because it
Hmm.
provides them comfort and a sense of like community and stuff and someone that they can rely on, which I think is pretty dope.
Yeah.
And it can
Yeah.
also, I think, just animals, they make you feel safe. Like I was a kid who struggled a lot with being scared at night that someone would break into my house and kill me.
Yeah.
I was,
I still I'm still worried about that.
well, yes, but you remember how bad it was when I was younger.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
It
yeah.
was really bad. And
Yeah.
I still sometimes freak out a little bit. But whenever I'm with Frieder, I
Yeah,
feel
it calms
better
you. Yeah, it
because I'm
calms you.
like, I mean, Frieder is as scared as I am, but knowing that he's
He's a
there,
chicken shit.
oh yeah,
If
he's a
ever,
chicken.
whenever there's a,
He is a
whenever
chicken
there's
shit.
a noise that is not normal in the house, he will, duck beside behind me, like what the fuck, mom?
But
So
okay, but at the same time, it is still comforting. I mean, Frieder
yes,
will
for
not
some reason,
like
yeah.
Frieder won't be the type of dog to defend me. I will have to defend him because he's
Yeah,
scared
totally.
shitless.
Yeah,
But
totally.
it's comforting to know that if a burglar comes in, I have him. Because
Yeah.
at the time when we didn't have
He's big,
Frieder,
so he can be like quote
protector.
unquote
Yeah, yeah,
scary.
yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, but at the time when we didn't have a dog, I would be so freaked out
Yes. Yeah.
sleeping in the house without anybody. I would be
Yeah.
so scared. I would barely sleep because I would panic. And now with Frieder,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm better because
Yeah.
there is, even though I know he won't protect me, it's still less stressful,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it's a calming thing to have. And if you're someone who's like a young girl, and you're moving into a big city, I recommend getting a big dog that's scary,
Yeah.
because I mean it's a stress that everybody has to be broken into her apartment,
Even the
especially.
little ones, honestly, even the little ones, they can, it's an animal.
No, I know,
they're
but
all unpredictable.
no, I know, but I want a big scary dog.
Yeah, you do.
I
I
want a
know.
big scary dog, my
I know
first
you
dog.
do.
I want to, first of all,
You
adopt,
think
not shop.
they release as much oxytocin and serotonin and
Absolutely.
dopamine than the little ones?
I'm gonna train my diva iconic big dog, scary dog to be a little, you know what I'm gonna do? It's gonna be my little baby, but then he's gonna be a bitch to everybody else?
You know what? I think zoo therapy works even if you don't have an animal, but you are thinking about getting an animal. Look at you
Absolutely.
smile.
Oh, I know. I'm so excited. I want to call
You're
my first dog
releasing all the
Maverick.
dopamine right now.
Oh, like, no, I'm so pumped. Like, I already have a plan of, first of all, I'm adopting, I'm not shopping, because
yeah,
adopting is super important. And also to
yes,
everybody out there,
yeah.
if you can adopt and not
No,
shop,
you're saving a life.
you're saving a life.
Yeah,
Exactly. You're saving a
yeah,
life. You're also taking away a dog from a shelter so another one can come in, because I know a
yeah.
lot of shelters are overcapacitated. And so by adopting, you're also helping out the shelters.
My friend MH, she's
Yes,
adopted, like she's had dogs since she was 5 years old, and she wanted to be a vet. It didn't turn out that way, but she's always only adopted in at the SPCA we have here. I think it's everywhere. Like the dog.
well, I know that, I think that's the Canadian or Quebec one. It depends everywhere.
Okay, but anyway, like dog shelters.
Yeah.
So
Um,
she's always, and they're tough sometimes. You see, you feel that they're emotional also, the dogs, because they some are traumatized also, and
Absolutely.
it's our job to help them also.
Absolutely. I think, speaking of the trauma, I think that dogs, the ones who are the most aggressive in those dog shelters, usually people don't want to adopt them, but they're the ones who need the most help,
Yeah.
because they're the ones who's been the most traumatized. And
And also they in the end they're the ones who are helping you the most.
exactly, and they become the best dogs. Once you get through
Yeah.
that difficult stage, they
Hmm.
realize how much this human actually cares for them, and they
Yeah.
will care for you so much. Like, I've seen so many videos on my TikTok about
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I
big
look at
scary
them all the
dogs.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about like
Yeah.
big scary
No, in the
dogs
corner,
barking.
they're
Exactly.
oh
No, but
yeah,
they're barking
and
at
then
you.
you
They want to
see
bite you.
the
No, no.
evolution.
But I'm talking about the ones who want to bite you and like bark at you.
Oh, oh,
And then
oh.
the person, it takes them months, and then they're like training them and showing them what actual true love is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
dog, after a couple months, will become the best dog
Yes.
ever. And
Yeah.
you see it, it's the light in their eyes. It's the same. I mean, they have emotions just as much as we do.
Just as much as we do.
And they
Like
need
and
us as much
even
as we need them?
and then Frileux when he's sad or when he's
Oh, yeah.
mad, I mean he only has one face, like one expression, but I see it in his eyes, like okay,
Absolutely.
this is angry eyes
Absolutely.
or happy eyes or sad eyes, you know? It's crazy. I don't know how to explain it to people who don't know what having a dog is, but
No, exactly.
it really is crazy. And again, when dad had his cancer, that's when to me I realized the effect of zoo therapy and how it really works. Um, I didn't believe in it before.
I also didn't
I think you
until we
have to
had
go
Thriller.
through it to
Yeah.
believe it,
Oh,
honestly.
yeah.
Like you have to live it to really understand what it is and to believe in it.
Exactly. And
And
I think a good way to kind of dip your toes into it is to try like puppy yoga? I also
puppy yoga,
really
I've never
I
heard of
also
that.
really want to do it. Oh yeah, so puppy yoga, for everybody who doesn't know, so some yoga studios have started and introduced classes that incorporate adoptable puppies. So
Uh-huh.
it first of all, if you really like a puppy, you can then adopt that puppy,
Oh, good.
to save, because it's usually dogs from shelters.
Hmm.
And then it also provides participants with joy and mental like wellness benefits, because not only are you doing yoga, you're doing yoga with puppies around you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, first of all, like I said, it
But that's funny
saves a
because
life. And
yoga is already like soothing and calming.
yes, but then people just get distracted and they like look at the puppies, they pet them. Some puppies like They walk on them when they're doing like, when they sit with their legs crossed, they
Oh,
come and
okay. Yeah,
sit,
yeah, yeah.
and then you're like even more relaxed.
Yeah,
And
yeah, okay.
I mean, for everybody who doesn't know if you want to adopt, for example, a dog, I think that's a perfect good way to see how you're feeling when you
Yes, or
have
just
dogs
if you have
around.
if you have a friend, you
Yes,
can borrow or babysit a dog for the weekend, let's say, and you just, I mean, it's not your dog, but you get a feel of what it is and how it is to have a dog, to have to walk him and walk it. I mean,
exactly.
and I mean, for me, I just love
Yeah.
walking the dog.
No,
Like,
and
and we have winters here, and I used to hate. No, but I mean, it's important because now I bought like all this gear, and I'm always prepared, you know?
oh yeah.
Even the other
You're
night,
so
my friend
no, you were
Sam,
so
she called
prepared.
me. She's like, "Okay, walk tonight." So we text each other, and I'm like, "Are you out of your effing mind? It's like minus 28 outside. There's no way in hell." And she's like, "Oh, come on, come on, come on." And we went, and yes, it was cold, and but we were like super happy because there was just the two of us outside,
Yeah.
and we went for like half an hour instead of an hour. But I mean, it was better than nothing. And it was just we had our, daily gossip talk as we usually have
Yeah, you guys
at
just
the.
gossip
Oh, we gossip
respectfully.
about everything.
Yeah, you guys
But we
gossip
wouldn't be
so
doing
much.
that if we like I
Well,
don't
you
think I
wouldn't have
would,
met her.
first of all, but I don't think I would see that much of her if we didn't have a dog.
Oh, for sure. Um, I
So,
think
yeah.
I think that mostly covers kind of everything that I have, but one thing I do want to mention before we wrap this up is that if
Oh, I want to say
you
something.
don't, okay, I'll say something and then you can say something and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Okay? That works?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
If you do not have time to have a dog, do not adopt. As in, it will ruin you if you know that you don't have time for it.
I disagree with you.
No, but some people just don't have
You
time
know why
and
I
don't
disagree?
destroy.
No, you know why I disagree? I would have thought I didn't have time.
Well, because some
You
people are
always
gonna
make
beat the
time.
shit out of it. So that's why I'm saying it. Don't adopt a dog if you know you're gonna lose your mind off of it because it's has emotions and you're gonna traumatize that dog. That's why I'm saying that.
Oh, yeah, but okay, it's not about the time
No, it's
because
about
you always find the time. You can always find the time. So, I mean, I was thinking 5 years ago before we got Thriller, there's no way in hell I'm going to have time to take care of a dog. But you have you find the time. When
yeah.
it's something important to you, you find the time.
No,
So
yes.
I want to thank all of the animals in the world who help us, cope with a situation. And I think we don't give them enough credit, honestly, because they really, really change someone's life for the better most of the
Oh,
time.
abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. They are a person's best friend, like we said. They are there for you no matter what.
I personally, I will never be the same person again.
The
After having a
question
dog,
is,
you're not the same person.
are you gonna get another one when he
Oh,
dies?
so we won the dog lottery, I think. Um, so my answer now is like, there's no way we're gonna find a greater dog than Friller, but who knows? I'm
Yeah.
I'm not close to the idea.
Okay.
But I love sheepdogs. They're big, but they're awesome dogs. Yeah.
They are really awesome dogs, I agree.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that's mostly it for today. If
Yeah.
you guys have any
Unfortunately.
experiences with dogs or animals, let us know because I think
Share
they're
with
so
us. We
wholesome
want to
and I
know.
want to smile
Yes.
and I miss Thriller, so I want to be reminded of what it's like to have a dog.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
it's a great. So you'll see him soon.
oh, thank God. And well, no, not
A
soon,
few
in
months.
June,
A few months.
in
A
like
few
5 months,
months.
but it's okay.
I'm seeing
Um,
you in 5 days. So I'll
hell
bring a fluff of
yeah.
ball. I'll bring a fluff
Oh,
of ball
we're
for.
gonna need to record in Portugal together, guys. The next time that we
Oh.
record, we're gonna be recording in Portugal, the
No,
two
I'm
of
not
us,
bringing
because
my mic. Forget it. There's no way I'm
okay,
bringing the
well, we're
mic
gonna have to
here.
record together then. We're gonna be talking like
Yeah.
this next to each other. This is gonna be good
Oh,
on my
side by side.
microphone,
That's great.
side by side.
Yeah, next week we're meeting in
Okay,
Portugal.
hell yeah,
That's
we are.
awesome.
But I think that's it
Yay.
for this week's podcast. I feel super
Thank
light
you
and
so
fluffy
much
now.
for listening.
No, thank
Thank you
you.
for
Yeah, thank you guys at home. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, save our things, whatever. Do what you gotta do. Adopt a dog.
hmm
Be happy. Let us know what your pets' names are too, because I'm always intrigued what people name their pets.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
But
Yeah,
yeah, Mom, it
good
was
idea.
also great to talk to you too. And
Great to
we will
talk to you.
see.
Can't wait to see you.
I know, can't wait to see you too. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace out, Girl Scouts, and
Yay.
have a great day.
Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.